Yeah. I wanna be better than I was before the program is opening doors. It's a new way of life, I want bend, break or fold. I stay in the race, chasing gold.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your man Big Rich, and we're live on a Thursday night, say right here at the Tucker Law Center building, 7441 Marvin D. Love Freeway, Suite 306. That's Dallas, Oak Cliff, Texas. This is Rich and Rainbolt on the couch. Big Rich, Dr. Victoria Rainbolt, and Dr. Rainbolt. Who your special guest? You know, brought him here. Love her in the house.
Richard, you know what you just said?
What?
This is Richard Rainbolt.
You ain't see the promo? What on
It's
Did
funny.
you see the promo?
I got to see.
Yeah.
I got to look, y'all. That is funny, y'all. Y'all, listen. We have a very special guest with us tonight.
Yes.
And it is none other than, her name is Joyce, but she's Prophet Joyce Ingram, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So we're glad to have her today.
Sure. What we gonna talk about? What we gonna talk about?
We're going to talk about a mother's cry for justice.
Right, because you were telling me about it, and I was like, I can't wait to hear it. And then when I saw the picture, I'm like, why I met her at the church? She was the one going to Perry and put out all that money. I should have knew that.
She is a disciple for SECC. She is the prophet of the house for SECC. So we're just excited that we were able to bring her so her story can be told.
All right. So let's get into it.
All right. Joyce, we know we're here because you have a cry as a mother.
Yes.
For justice to be done. Jonathan, let's talk about Jonathan. Jonathan is Joyce's son.
Correct.
So we want to talk about him. Tell us about him. Who was he beyond this tragedy?
Jonathan is and was my third child. He's one of two other brothers and one sister.
Mm-hmm.
He has a host of nieces and nephews that loved him dearly. Growing up, he was that odd child. He was going get into things, nothing scared him. He'd jump off the top of the table, whatever, He just did not have fear in him in whatever it was that he did.
Wow.
Growing up, he did get into some trouble as a teen here in Dallas. But after, I guess, several times of him going back and forth to jail, he learned his lesson.
Okay.
Right.
And while incarcerated, he found out he had a son that was 18 months old at the time. And when I went and saw, they came to my home for me to see the child. I said, baby, this is my grandson.
Oh, you just knew it.
I knew it, hands down, got the nose, got the hair, head, everything like his father. And so they did do a DNA. I said, I don't need no DNA. I'm looking at it. And so his son now is 13, will be 14 in August.
Oh, August what?
23rd.
Oh, okay.
And so he has one son. But like I said, children loved him. Old people loved him. Very respectful. Very respectful. And I say that wholeheartedly because there were times when I would go to court with him or while he was incarcerated. And from the probation department as well as the judge, they said, we don't know why he's here.
Oh, wow.
Because he's so mannerable. He's never given us a hard time when he comes into our courtroom. And they said he had the most respect out of any of the inmates that they have ever seen. I said, well, Lord, I thank you for that. That what I tried to instill in him did not go on deaf ears.
Yeah.
And my son did a turnaround. I thank God for this young lady by the name of Ari Frierson, because she was the one that really helped him to come out of his shyness and, and think more highly of himself. And so my son started his own business. He was an entrepreneur for clothing, Nike, Polo, True Religion, and all the others. And he had been doing that for 3 years.
Did he design or did he just?
He didn't design.
Okay.
But he had plugs that designed for him. And back in his, which is out of the country. And so he had, 3 years ago is when he started it, but I said, son, you need to further your education. He did get his GED while incarcerated. He said, Mom, they told me 3 times going to be a charm. I said, boy, you got this time. I promise you, you're going to get this. And then the score, the minimum score that he ended up having more extra points on this one in particular test that he had done. And so they was just so excited for him, knowing that I'm waiting at home for the diploma. So I say, send it on to me, it's mine. Send it on to me. And so he did that, but then he furthered his education at Eastfield College for business administration. So he did make a turnaround. And I will say this, what he looked like on paper was not who he was.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
He turned that thing around. And I was just so proud of him to be able to step out of his comfort zone. Now we're talking a young man who he was blind in one eye, had his own car, and he was able to drive. I don't know if I want to be on.
Probably better to see with 2 eyes.
But he did what he had to do. And, he was just a very outgoing young man. He loved his nieces and nephews, and his sister, his one and only sister, baby. They're missing him right now.
Wow.
This is the time of year that he will let the nieces and nephews know, look, and his little brother, he said, y'all going to pick out y'all shoes. So Uncle can already pay for y'all shoes, so they'll be here when it's time for y'all to start school.
Oh,
so my daughter's having a hard time with that right now, And I have my youngest son. They would always be into this match where my son has his own book.
Okay.
My youngest boy does, but Jonathan loved the Nike Polo and all of those things. So they just came together. He get tips from him. He get tips from him, because Jonathan has been in it longer than he has. And so he was just an amazing young man. And anybody would love him. Anybody would love him.
Great.
I'm talking about being incarcerated, watch son. And I had the same story. A lot of had the same story.
Yeah.
And it's not a good story. It's not, and even at the time, you don't realize a mother's love. I mean, my mom rode with me every time I went. And I've been 4 times, and the thing about it, I always say, you never go to jail, prison, when you're ready to go to jail.
That's right.
It ain't like everything all right. Mama taking care of the girl, taking care of the kids, and I got plenty of money. You go to jail when everything is going wrong. That's when you go to jail.
Yes.
And then you find out. I used to tell people all the time, pass mama house 100 times. Go to jail, third call. Mama. That'd be the third call.
You know it.
And that's just what mama.
It's a mother's love, baby, that is priceless.
Right.
You cannot. Each one of my kids are different. They're unique in their own way. But they always say Jonathan was that one that tugged at my heart, because Jonathan had a lot to contend with, whether it was his record. He said, Mom, I would not work for no more white man, I work for myself.
Okay.
And that's what he did. He worked for himself. And I mean, when I say work for himself, his phone would be in his hand while he sleep.
Wow.
That's how committed he was with selling his apparel, And so he was just that kid, you know. He could
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
I said, boy, go get your hands registered, please.
Mhm.
Because you're
Right.
serious with the man,
Right.
you know. And so he just would laugh it off, of course, you know, but he was the jokester. He was that dude that you could call on for as a friend is concerned. He was that friend. So his friends, you know.
Yeah. Well, Joyce, can you share with us what happened leading up to the passing of John?
Ooh.
No, take your time. It's okay.
As I tell my son, you only need eyes for 1 month. I said, your mother's a woman. You have a sister that's a woman. I said, and you should only have eyes for 1 month. Well, old Mr. David Jonathan goes and look over the and went back into the streets, of course.
Okay.
Start back using drugs.
Okay.
And in December of last year, God spared his life. My son had passed away in an Uber car, and they got him to the hospital in time. And when they got him to the hospital, getting ready to intubate him, he woke up sick home.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that's going to be the first call,
Mhm.
that was his first call to me, to call my mom. And so we got to the hospital and everything. They kept him for a couple of days to give him the medications to reverse the fentanyl in the system, because they had laced the cocaine with fentanyl. And then, you know, I guess they felt like they didn't get him in, they were going to try again. So that's what they did.
Oh.
My son was trying to fight the demons, and he wasn't successful. And what I do like about the whole thing from December to January the 14th, when I got the detectives to come to my home, Jonathan accepted Jesus Christ back into his life as his personal Savior. And that is what gives me the assurance that I will see my son again. Because he gave his life back to God. He didn't fight me on it. I said, son, I need Jesus. I said, would you like to accept him back into your life? And he said, yes. So then now I can say, Lord, I thank you for giving me 35 years.
So he was 35 when he
35
passed.
years, yes.
And when did he pass?
January 14th.
January 14th of this year.
Yes.
Okay. Of 2026. Okay. Okay. Okay.
But I'm just grateful because you got parents right now. Children are dead at age 18. And here my baby was sick for 25 years. So I am grateful to God for just allowing him to live, to be with his son, to be with his brothers and his nieces. I'm grateful.
I heard you say that he had gotten back into drugs. So when he had went back to drugs,
It was just a short time. We're talking not even 6 months.
okay, okay,
We're talking maybe, 2-3 months?
okay. Was it the same drug or was it a new drug?
Well, his drug of choice was cocaine.
Okay, okay.
And what I did notice, I noticed how the cocaine would do him. So I knew it was something different that he was taking these 2 last times, because it was different. It would calm him down too much, to the point where when he go to sleep, he sleep. There have been times when God would say, turn over, because he'll be laying in my bed before it. He wanted to be close by me, for me to watch over him, pray over him. And those are things that I did. And I just knew something wasn't right. The last time I saw him, that Sunday, I said, you coming back? He said, yeah, I'm coming back. My spirit told me it wasn't. And then he said, Mama, can I give you a hug? I said, go ahead, come on. If Mama love on you. Because he was upset because I hadn't been doing a lot of cooking. And so this particular day, he said, Mama, I need some of your food. You don't see I'm losing a little weight? I said, boy, say less. Say less.
I heard you say about the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that him going to her caused him to relapse?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, you know,
And the reason, I'm not sure if she did it or not, but I'm more than sure that she did.
Okay.
Okay. I can't see him just stepping out on his own like that.
Okay. So you think it was more persuasion?
Could have been.
Okay.
Rich. And I want to say, because I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. And of course, we'll talk about the show. And one of the things I just want to say now real quick. When I do this, when we do this to help someone, right? Because a lot of time our closest loved ones are our biggest enablers.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And because it's just what the people who love us do.
Yeah.
And then they don't know how to deal with us. Right? They don't know how to deal with us. We sick.
Yeah.
We're sick. And I tell people that thank God for the program, no consequences. And because today I still have some thinking that tells me, Richard, you're not good enough.
Yeah.
It's still something in me that cries out for failure.
Yeah.
Say, man, you know you can bless this. Say, you know this ain't good. This is gonna be like every other thing you tried. Oh yeah, you got some friends now, but you gonna blow it.
Yeah.
And my thinking tells me that, you know, we say that's what a disease of and that's what the program is designed. So when I get those thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell people all the time, people come in, well, I relapse and I did it. Well, you weren't following the program. Because our program say don't use no matter what.
Hello.
See if your ass fall off.
That's right.
Don't use. Pick it up and go to a meeting.
Right.
Ain't nothing you can do about it no way. But it takes time. You don't get it overnight. You don't get it overnight. And what I want to ask you, where I know you'll be a big help for people, is when you think back, and we always say we talk to God because we want to get up clear and think about the changes I was seeing, but I really didn't notice them. Right? And sometimes it's hard. Because first time I'm gonna blame myself. It's out there. Oh, I know him. I wish I could just grab him up and beat him and then lock him away, you know, and all that. And I think that's where your strength is coming from and will continue to come from. Because a lot of times I get parents of younger people, well, can you talk to them? Can you do this? And we not done until we done.
That's right.
Ain't nothing you can do with us.
Yep.
We can be beaten, prayed over, locked up, locked away, cussed out. You can put oil on it, you know. Say Almighty can come down here himself. And we not gonna stop.
That's good.
Until the pain get too great. The pain has to get too great.
So I don't want to accuse anyone. I just know for him not being on his meds, because he was diagnosed with bipolar,
Mm-hmm.
but not being on his meds, not going to counseling, not going to his meetings. And these were things I'm starting trying to get him to do, of
Right.
course. But the flesh is weak.
Absolutely.
And when once you take that first hit, you know, and the young lady told me that he just didn't want you to see him in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but what he had to know was I saw him in that way. When he saw him in that way. You know, I said, and I mean, the thing with Irie, you know, moving on, that he just couldn't handle that. You know, and
Hey, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Call TT.
That's what I feel with. Hey, y'all, we are back with Dr. Rainbolt and Joyce. Hey, man, we having a great conversation, and I didn't know that your story was going to touch me. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how many times I've seen you. You know, I should have been begging for some money. And I'd have found out. I'd have been begging, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's going on, Dr. Rain? What else we got? What else we can talk about?
Even in all of that, a life was taken. What has been your experience with the police department?
well, the police department is violent, and nothing has been legal. My son had only had this iPhone for 10 days, and they're having the hardest time, as they say, to get it to the phone. to find out who was his last text messages to or from, so that they can come up with some other names of who have sold him the drug. I've gone over there, me and my daughter, and they're not willing to release the phone to me. At
Because
this
it's an
time, because it's
investigation.
still under an ongoing investigation. I can investigate and probably solve the case.
Mhm.
I'm just being honest because I have names. You know, the two persons that I spoke with, one was the young lady. She gave me a name. Then this gentleman that I spoke with, he gave me the same name. And so I had the calls recorded at the time. And so I presented that to them. And they asked me, can I call the young lady?
The detective.
Can I call the young lady? What about, can you just go out to where she lived at? I'll find out where she worked at. And then let's see what happens from there.
The young lady was the girlfriend.
No, she was just one of the friends.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would pick them up, drop them off, or they'll use her car. When he wanted to sell his outfits and things like that, she was the person.
So they were just friends.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And so, I mean, it's nothing is going on right now where I feel that they're doing their job. I mean, I watch First 48 a lot, and I know it's not all based upon that, but even so, you've seen them go out to people's homes or apartments to talk with them. But because it's a fentanyl situation in the state of Texas, have said if someone ingests fentanyl, that is considered a homicide.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yes,
Okay.
I have the information on that.
Okay.
The law was just passed, I want to say this year,
Mm-hmm.
and they've already have someone in jail from another incident. But I will say this happened at a hotel. Circle 6 or Circle 8, one of them over there off of 30. A young man died the day before my son. My son died, and then another young man, which was his friend. And I didn't know this until after.
So all of this was with fentanyl.
Yes,
Oh wow. All three of them.
yes,
Okay. Okay.
at the same location,
The same location. Okay.
which is this hotel.
Okay.
And so they wouldn't give me the address. I told them I was going to go over there and sit out and watch and see what I could find out. But it's okay because once I really get the address, I will start putting up flyers
Okay.
for my son because I don't want this death to go in vain.
Okay.
We need to learn from this.
Absolutely.
Parents, we need to be aware of what our children are doing and who our children's friends are. You know, he didn't bring anyone to the home. He was, you know, he just didn't want anybody to be in his business like that, you know, to know where I live and where he lives. You know what I'm saying? So he was very smart in that aspect.
So investigators haven't kept you informed
No, I'm
at
talking
all. You're calling them. They're not making phone calls to let you know we've done this, we've done that. Can you X, put an X right there. We've done this, we've done that. Can you know? How do you feel about it?
I'm angry. I'm angry to the point that do I have to solve my son's case or are you all going to work to solve my son's case? And I didn't know also that the young man who died after my son, his funeral was the same day as my son's at Golden Gate funeral. And so it has just been really a trying time because it's just been really a hard time trying to deal with it on a daily basis. I think about my son all day, throughout the day. If I hear something, if I smell something, if I see something, I'm thinking about him,
Okay.
you know. So that has been very hard. Then I see my grandson, his son, who would not have believed that this would have happened. He said, my dad told me he was going to raise me. My dad told me he was going to be here for me. My dad, you know, was there. He had a great relationship with his son. When you saw him dressed, believe me, the son followed. They dressed. Whatever he wore, that's what his son wore. He wore the best, his son wore the best.
Wow.
So he was a great friend to his son. He was a dad. He was a friend that he loved to play basketball with, football with. One eye again, my son did those things. You know, he wanted to look good, smell good, and feel good about himself. And I know at one time that was the case. You know.
Y'all, we're going to take 30 seconds. We're going to be right back in 30 seconds. All right, we're going to go to break. We're back in 30 seconds. All right. Okay. All right, y'all, we're back. It just be one of them days sometimes. Say, thank God for the magic of editing. Edited. Okay, where we at in our story?
What actions would you like to see law enforcement take?
One, get out into the community to find out what is happening. To notify me of any new news. To have taken out the time to go to where this person lives, at least a young lady for sure, because she was the one who had the most information, and just do their job.
Have they even talked to her at least one time?
They have spoken with her one time. That was early on, right? But since I've come forth with the audio recordings, I would think that they would make a visit to her home at this point, because they said they've been trying to contact her and she has been accepting their calls.
Well, let's have a real conversation. A real conversation.
Yeah.
So why do we feel like Why do we?
Mhm.
Why do we feel like that they're not taking the necessary steps to get this tragedy solved?
Well, I'm gonna say this. One, because he's black.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna call
Rich.
it out.
Okay, Rich.
I guess from experience, and I think from experience and the way a lot of society views it, you know, it's, well, they made that choice.
I knew you was gonna say that.
And that's why different programs, they come up with different programs, let people know, yeah, when you first start, yeah, it is a choice. I made a choice to give me some. Then the addiction takes over. So I no longer have the power to fight. But I think that's how most people, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You know,
Yeah.
don't do crack, smoke weed. Don't smoke weed, drink alcohol.
They lay some weed.
Yeah, don't drink alcohol,
Yeah.
pop pills.
Yeah.
Go get some prescription. That's legal. But now they tell you to abuse prescription medication.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I think until, which is what one reason I started is to bring more awareness when we do see that addict or what we say the crackhead or the wine or the junkie. You know, they didn't get up one morning and say that's what I want.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, that's what my show, my channel, we want to educate people to that. You know what I'm saying? We want that's not, you know, nobody, I didn't get up and say, yeah, since I finished high school, can't wait to give me a crack pipe. No, that was not it. But
What was your drug of choice?
all of them.
Okay. Okay.
And I used to say cocaine,
Okay.
but when you start doing the work on yourself, it's all of them. Because I didn't use anything that would have got me high.
So,
Right. So, but when I came in at first, people said, what's your DOC? Oh, cocaine. Then you start doing the work. Man, how you use anything? Yeah, what it was.
But they tell me I haven't had that experience. My addiction was alcohol and sex.
hello.
That was my addiction. But it's still an addiction.
That's right.
But I drank cognac because it was the best.
Yeah, yeah.
So they tell me that cocaine is the best.
Right.
So that was okay. Okay, I'm learning, y'all. Educate.
Well, and that's and it's just the word. That's the lie we tell ourselves. And that's the grandiosity.
Yeah.
I'm saying, wait, yeah, I got some money now to get the cognac. But I ain't got no money. I'm gonna go get the MD 2020.
I didn't do that.
Well, I know, you know what? And everybody who uses is not an addict.
That's true.
They may just be abusing.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? Or the recreational users. Some people can do that. You know, some people can do that. And I always like it when I be in meeting, somebody poses the question, if I could still get high without the consequences, would I?
Wow.
You know. And that's, you know, if I could get high without going to jail, losing my job, losing my family, being broke, being homeless, would I still get high? And everybody has to answer that before they say.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I think you two are correct. Race card and choice.
Yeah.
And I also feel like that you just don't want to do your job because it's not about you.
Until it hit their door.
Until it hit, that's right. Or hit someone close to you. I feel like that when law enforcement don't do what they're supposed to do, this is my opinion. I feel like it's a lack of concern. When you took an oath and your oath was to protect and serve, so you're not doing neither one. There is no way a case should go cold. I don't believe in cold cases.
And then I think it's the priority of maybe, because, you know, I think about back when I was like doing the stolen property,
Uh-huh.
selling stolen.
Uh-huh.
And I tell you, I had more police up my butt.
Yeah.
I mean, stolen property.
Absolutely.
Interviewed by detectives at Southeast, interviewed by detectives at Southwest, interviewed by detectives at Jackass, interviewed by detectives here, interviewed by her. And I'm like, man, I ain't killed nobody. I'm just selling.
Yeah.
But and I don't know how the police view it, whatever their procedure is. And that was just crazy. And then, and I, a few times when I was locked up, and sitting there talking to dude, man, how much time you got? 3 years? Hey, ready to robbery?
Yeah.
You got 3 years?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting up there, they trying to give me 10
Yeah.
for selling stolen property.
Yeah.
So, so I don't know what the and so I kind of, since I don't know what any police department's strategy or policy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because it may be easy to say, oh, well, the black boy got killed over there, ain't do nothing. The white boy got killed over there, and they brought out everybody.
Absolutely.
And we don't know what, maybe it is, okay, these people got money on this side of town or more affluent or more tied in, which is another thing that we try to do. We have the power, but we don't use it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You correct, Rich. And I think that it's just chaotic because just because I'm not as fortunate as you don't mean you're no better than I am.
That's right.
It is what it is. Yes, he had a choice. We got it. Yeah. He was grown. We got it. But death was not supposed to be on the table. And then you excuse it. You just pass it off like it's nothing, like nothing has happened.
And that's what my greatest stand has been with moving forward. That we don't let this go on cold as a cold case or deaf ears. And then too, that's the thing that they tried to tell me. Well, he did choose to do this, or he didn't choose to take fentanyl. Now he literally may have chosen to do cocaine, but not fentanyl.
Right.
Okay.
They chose for him to take fentanyl against his will.
Exactly.
Because had he known, he wouldn't have done. Right. He wouldn't have done fentanyl. I could do the dope without the fentanyl.
Hello.
Okay. Because the dope was his choice, but the fentanyl was not.
Right.
So it should. What does justice look like to you and your family?
It ain't for me. That's the way I see it right now. And that's sad to say because I'm the one that's going to tell you to do your job. I'm the one that's going to tell you you're supposed to protect and serve as it relates to my son's death. And I mean, you guys don't have no information, don't want to look at the information. I even asked, was there's cameras? Well, they had a camera showing him coming to the office. So you telling me this hotel does not have but one camera? And see,
and that's one of the things I think, just talking about me, and that's why I would say when it comes to doing the work, when I do the work, I want justice. And I'm not, but what I really want is grace and mercy.
Yeah.
That's what I really want. I might be calling it justice, because, I got a long criminal history. How many people want some justice behind what you did?
Yeah, I agree.
And God extended you grace and mercy, and you didn't have to do nothing for it.
That's right.
And I say this all the time. Quit using mercy as an excuse to do what you want to do, and grace as a get out of jail free card.
Wow.
And we do that.
Yeah.
That's how we'll use grace and mercy as a get out of jail free card. Well, I ain't gotta do nothing but repent. Jesus said 2 things in the Bible. Yeah. He said, make Mosaic law will be fulfilled. Then he said something different. And so you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just whatever we choose to follow. what we believe. And I keep saying this, well, we're gonna have to do a show on this. We're gonna have to do a show on that book. Ma, I keep saying this, and I'm inviting everybody. And not, and I'm not taking away from what is going on, because I understand, because that easily could have been me.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm saying, like I said, God saved me because I put my own life in jeopardy a whole lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just talking about with the violence and the crime, which how much unprotected sex did you have?
Oh, come on, absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
and you walked away from 25 years
Absolutely.
of being in the street, doing crime, and you didn't get nothing.
Everybody
You got a clean bill of health. You know what I'm saying? I think I turned to flipping jail when I said they got me test every 6 months. I'm first in line. Hey, by the next week, man, I'm waiting till y'all say. And because I know what I did to myself. I know what I did to myself.
Yeah.
And I, you know,
Grace and mercy.
I don't have all answers.
Yeah.
Can't be all things to all people.
That's
And I tell people all the time, you know, when they call me, I tell them, I don't even want to have answers. I want to go get somebody too.
Yeah.
Somebody call me, man. Let me call Dr. Rainbolt. See what she know. Call. I ain't got the answer.
Right.
You know, I ain't got the answer. Yeah. But I want you to come back, because I have another friend who has a similar story about his mother. And I want him back because some more to die, you know, about his mother's passing. And just that story, you know, so, and that's what this show is about. That's what Dr. Rainbolt is going to do. I don't know how many times I said, you got a story, call us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Call us.
Yeah.
If you ready to tell your story, call us. Because I promise you, Dr. Rainbolt going to call me. No, Richard, I got somebody.
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I am honored. I'm blessed for both of you all coming into my life in a time such as this, for me to be able to share my son's story, and to also to give encouragement to those that may have lost a loved one to fentanyl. It's not easy, but guess what? It's going to be okay. Better days are coming.
Better days.
What do you want to see happen?
I really just want the persons that sold the drug to my son to be captured. And the reason I want that is because you not only took one life, you took many lives. Some that I may not even know anything about.
Right.
So with that being said, they need to be brought to justice. Yeah. If it's no more than for my grandson, because he's bleeding. You know, he's bleeding behind the death of his father.
Absolutely.
And he don't have all the answers. And neither do men have all the answers. But the answers, all I can give him is Jesus and love and support. And I know that's what my son would have wanted me to do. And that's to give his son the same love, the same encouragement, the same drive, the same push that I had with him.
And Dr. Rainbolt, I've got a question.
I want her to look right there in that camera. I want you to look in that camera. And then I want you to ask me this question, but I want you to look in that camera. And I want you to speak directly to city leaders, law enforcement, because guess what? Somebody gonna see this. They're gonna see it. And I want, what would you say to them if they walked in this door right now to talk to you? What would you say?
Have you all found out who murdered my son? That would be the first question I would ask. And if you tell me no, then that means you got to go do some more hours, because my son's case to mean something in Dallas. I want my son's life to mean something in Dallas. And with that being said, I'm just hoping and praying and hoping that God will honor my prayer. And my prayer is the ones who sold this drug to my son and many others will be caught. Because you didn't give life and you can't take life.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And what was your question?
I already know. Of course, we done already talked. Your platform, your show, talking about the waiting room. And it's like, I know what you're going to talk about, and then I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're talking, hey, I want to bring some of these pastors. We're going to talk about what we're doing in this church house. That's one of my favorites. No, that's one of my favorites. Y'all ain't going to church.
That is exactly Richard.
Well, I'm going to go to your church, and I'm going to Bishop. Other than that, I ain't going to church, y'all. I'm just sorry. Be mad at me. But don't be texting me and DMing me. Hold no scripture, because it's going to be a problem throwing scripture at me.
Richard, I just can't believe, I went on a quick sabbatical and he was in church. Y'all hear me? I'm looking at the camera. He was in church. He was doing good. What happened while I was gone? We talk about spirits. Let's talk about them.
Nothing really happened. And if I'm being totally honest, I like church. It's not that I don't like church. I like hearing a good message. I like hearing the singing and all. When it comes down for me,
Okay.
right? When I started hearing, hold on, man, where did you get that?
Okay.
When I started, where did that come from? Or what are we doing in here? When it becomes a show and not about saving souls or doing kingdom business or what. And don't get me wrong, it is a little bit of showmanship. And it was the same way when I grew up.
Okay.
We seen the pastor jump up and down. Ooh, you see man, give him, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Or the faith, the pastor who would come into town, or you went out of town to see you. A little bit of showmanship. I'm not faulting anybody. For that. But I think when it becomes all show.
Okay.
And you've asked this question before when I went to church and I read up there. What are the men in church? Well, I'm gonna tell y'all where the men are.
What is
the same place where they ain't everywhere else. We don't go back to places we don't like. Men don't. Okay, I mean the wife get, the woman, the mama. Men do not go back to places. When we go somewhere and we don't like it, we ain't going back. So that's why.
So y'all are different from women. I didn't say me. I said women, because if I don't like it, I ain't going back in. Right. That's why I done had 8 husbands. Yeah. Because if I don't like it, I ain't going back. Right. I don't care what you say. Right. You can't make me go back. Right. But Richard, that's good and that's bad.
And I'm saying, for me, I'm just talking about me.
Okay.
I'm just talking about me. I'm talking about nobody else.
Okay.
I won't, if we won't say, oh, the church is a hospital, we won't say, well, that's what I'm coming up for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm coming up for. I'm sorry. I don't want to see little Tyrone in the high heel. I'm sorry. He can come get salvation too. He can get salvation too.
Call it on out.
Right? But I don't want to see him standing up there in front of me in church. Okay. I'm talking about me. I don't know. I got gay people in my family. I have no problem with gay people. But what are we doing? What are we doing? What? And I'm not mad at him, man. Praise and oh, say.
I become a spectacle.
But
literally.
But I don't think people think about it's at least one person that really suffering. Somebody that's suffering that something. And they really came to hear something And they done sat through a whole service, and maybe the service didn't move, but they finally get the courage at the end of the service to go talk to the pastor or another, and then somebody nagging the food. Right. And just ran them off, and they ain't coming back. Man, I might well stay at the club. I might well stay at the trap.
Well, I often say, if I wasn't already saved, and if I didn't already know God for myself,
right,
I would still be at Blues Palace.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Right.
No doubt. Because we have, here I go, I'm going to get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
We have church imposters,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We have people being called to lead
Mm-hmm.
by people, not God. Because if God called you, you're going a different way.
Right.
But if people call you, you got to please people.
That's right.
So we got people that's saying, and y'all listen, if it hits you, if holler. My mama always said, "Hit dog gonna holler."
Mm-hmm.
Listen, there's no way that I could have answered the call from God. There was times when I walked in SECC and there was only 2 people, and I made number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I didn't stop.
Right.
I didn't give up. I kept on going. Why? Because God called me, not the people.
Mm-hmm.
He called me to the people.
Right.
We got people becoming bishops and apostles and pastors and ministers. They buying licenses online. They not doing no work in the community.
Mm-hmm.
They not doing it. This is crazy. And they're owning up to these titles, and they're not even assembling themselves in the sanctuary.
Right.
That's crazy to me. But then what's more crazy is the people that hoorah them or follow them or go with them. So that's what's contaminating the church.
Right.
That's why you feel like you feel, because you're looking at things,
Well,
you're seeing stuff.
I'm looking at from we call it all scripture, inspired.
Yeah.
Word of God. Yeah. Like, no, it's not. Not all scripture. Not all.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it is,
Mm-hmm.
but not all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I love Voted Bob. I think Voted is the greatest. And I saw a clip of him today, and he said the Bible is one story. I dropped the phone. And I voted. What? The Bible is one story?
He said it was one story.
No, come on, boy.
So what's the story?
He's saying from beginning to end, from Genesis to Revelation, it's one story.
Oh, that's not true.
I'm like, what?
That's not true. He's gonna have.
You got
Yeah.
the whole Hebrew Bible,
Yeah.
which is something different from the New Testament.
Yeah.
From the Gospel.
Yeah. He's gonna have to. He's
The
gonna have to come.
apostles don't even agree with each other
No.
in the Bible.
No.
I said, come on.
No.
And that's what. But I'm saying, I've studied enough to know about the person.
That's right. That's right. What about the person that's being misled?
Led.
Yeah.
And they say, oh man, that's great. Woo, Lord. You know, I wish I could have been up there on the cross with him. Can I go with you, Lord?
Huh.
And I say, man, get on down there, really. But that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I get it.
That's all.
I get it.
I'm saying I'm not mad at it, but it's just like, and you'll hear Pastor say, study the Bible for yourself. Well, if people did, wouldn't nobody be in your church?
Hello.
Yeah.
Wouldn't nobody be in your church? Because now I get to identify, right, with something that you might not be saying.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
That's why I keep saying I was raised Baptist. I don't go to the Presbyterian church and say, y'all not doing it right. Or the Methodist church, y'all, or Kojic church, y'all.
That's right.
Well, Baptists do how Baptists do it. Kojic do how so full gospel do how they do it. Presbyterian, Methodist do how they do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's social.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I tell everybody, I was like, who got to do this show? You know, I have to be with the people who agree the way I look at the Bible. Right? So if I don't, then swap. We got all in these denominations.
You sound like me with that.
Well, yeah, that is
Because
true.
I do have a problem with 3 churches on right in one block.
Mhm.
Why y'all couldn't just build one edifice for everybody?
Well,
And then you have
everybody.
your service when you have it at, why it has to be 3 different churches?
Well, because everybody want to be a leader
Mm-hmm.
and nobody want to follow.
And it's a ministry out there. I'm gonna find the name of this ministry where a woman think she's gonna give birth to Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, 44,000 followers
Huh?
in the church. She gonna give birth to Jesus Christ. I think in Arizona, New Mexico.
Jesus.
Damn. Not even my rap. Yeah, we don't have Arizona. But 44,000.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of chaos. And it starts with the leaders in the church. Because if I don't like you, well, that's just me. I ain't gonna fool with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Stay out of my way, I'm gonna stay out of yours.
But and we hear this word a lot. Rebuke. And I'm gonna rebuke this person. This is rebuke, bro. That is. But and we say this in fellowship. Everybody got a right to a cup.
Absolutely.
And on with the gospel of a church of religion. I might say something wrong when I first come to this.
Absolutely.
And I learned somebody may pull my coattails. Somebody's been, hey, I heard. And my sponsor, he always asks the question, why did you say that? Show me where you got that. And I'm just saying, like if I tell you something, if I say, hey, Dr. Rainbolt, hey, this is it, 50-year-old women,
Right.
I don't have to be outside the house after 8 o'clock. Y'all probably gonna look at me. Which way you get that from?
I'm gonna say, don't do that no more.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because that's the way I have to talk to him. He will call me with some of the most thrown out stuff. Richard, I don't want you to say that anymore because that is not true. I don't want you to sound like that. No.
So the part you on your platform for bringing guests on, we want to talk about church. We're gonna get some other spiritual leaders.
Absolutely.
Which I'm grateful for. And I'm grateful for that because I get to hear other people's perspectives and experience. So I'm grateful for that. And I think one of the things we're still doing now, racism.
Absolutely.
I think we're gonna say
matter of fact, tonight, this is a racist.
Right.
This is racist.
Right, right.
Because if Jonathan was Caucasian, or we can even go deeper, if Jonathan was Asian, if Jonathan was Hispanic,
well, yeah.
And we know that the majority of the fentanyl come between that tunnel.
Right.
Hello.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Because we don't have that kind of money.
Right.
Or power.
Come on. All power. We don't have jets. We don't have airplanes. Come on. So now I can just really just go ahead and tell you, Joyce, it's because of who was in control of the fentanyl.
Come on, man.
That's why it's being covered up. That's why it's being laid dormant because of the power behind the supplier of the fentanyl.
Right. Okay. Say, y'all, we can really get up out of here. Of course, Dr. Rainbolt, not only has a show on, she is a New LA TV channel partner, and our partners, we talk. I call Tanya.
Yeah.
Shonda, and they'll come, hey, Rich, I seen this, and we'll talk about it. What we're going to bring on. If anybody know Nick and Tanya, she's serious with the politics.
Yeah.
And so she'll be back next week. Oh, you got to come back next Thursday also. Judge Jones, Thomas G. Jones, Judge Valencia Nash, Constable Tracy Gullett will be here Thursday.
All three of those are my friends.
Yeah,
All
they'll be
three
here
of them.
next Thursday. Yeah.
Judge Jones evicted me.
Yeah.
Hey, it was by choice. And he was looking at me like, what are we doing? Evict me. Because that's how I got rid of that man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Y'all, it's a method to my man. But he's my friend.
Right.
Yeah.
And you see why you can't get him over here. Go on and call it. He would say, we ain't going no further. Look here. Say, y'all, we've been always have a great time with Dr. Rainbolt. Yeah, you always welcome back.
Thank you so very much.
And it's a strong possibility you see me at SCCC.
All right, now I'm
As soon as y'all get a cabinet secretary.
He's going to be one of the most powerful deacons. Come on, at SECC. He will be. Yeah, just wait. Y'all gonna see it. It's a revelation behind this. Y'all gonna see it. I ain't his spiritual advisor for nothing.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here. Well, I will see y'all Monday. New LI TV and Talk Radio will be right with me, and Crystal Love will be here. Probably might see Dr. Rainbolt on that show Monday. We gonna see. All right, say y'all know how I do it. Peace.
Thank you. On me.